Good morning, good morning. My hair is an absolute literal wreck. I am sorry to say that I have absolutely zero idea what's actually going on with me. Get ready, because this is year 6 of daily vlogging. So basically, last night, or yesterday, the Alka-Seltzer Plus that I took wore off at 6:30, so I was planning on taking more. The issue is my symptoms never returned. They didn't. My nose never got runny or congested again. My headache didn't really come back. Nothing. And completely threw me off because I was like, wait, no, like they would have come back. So I really don't know what's going on. Unfortunately, they gave me amoxicillin for the thing. Now I'm not going to be. I took one last night like I was supposed to, but never has only just one. My symptoms were gone before I even took it, but I took it like I was supposed to. But unfortunately, I did have a reaction to it. So I woke up to that about an hour after I went to sleep. That wasn't fun. I had an anxiety attack so bad I was shaking like a leaf. So I called my mom and thankfully talked to her for nearly an hour and then was able to go back to sleep and slept through the night. I did schedule another COVID test for this morning at 10:30. Because I am leading myself to believe that it could have been possible that it was a false negative. I don't know. Because now this doesn't seem like a bacterial sinus infection. It doesn't seem like a sinus infection at all. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Basically, this morning what I have going on is I don't really have a headache. My one nostril feels like slightly congested, but like more like inflamed because I can breathe through it fine. I don't really know. My throat does feel a little weird though. I don't know. Well, it is 9:36. I am really excited. Okay, so great news about ACES. One, it just got accepted into its second festival, which is the direct monthly online film festival, which I submit basically all of my projects to. Anyway, someone had commented on TikTok yesterday that they saw it on Twitter, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, because like it didn't get a lot of views when I posted it on Twitter. Turns out the user asexuals.net posted it and garnered some attraction from it, and so I've now gone through and responded to all of those people who commented on that original one and also quote tweeted it, and like, you know, I've commented back to all of them, so that's really cool. It's also made it up to 12,000 views on YouTube, meaning that it's very close to beating out Runts and Walk a Moment. My throat is definitely not normal. There's definitely something wrong. I've still got like the inkling of a headache, but it's not a sinus headache anymore. It's just sort of a normal-ish headache, but it's not always there. It's just kind of like, eh. So yeah, there's definitely something going on. I'm getting ready to head out for my COVID test in a few minutes. I gotta clean the litter box and grab something for breakfast before I go. I have made it to the testing site. Mondays are typically not very busy here, so let's see. Da-da-da. Yep, there's no other car there except me right now. It was my bestie again, the same woman, so I was like, guess who's back? And I was like, but it's because I actually have symptoms. And she was like, oh no. I was like, yeah, I know. But I don't know. And I sound like a broken record. I know. I'm really confused because it's clearly not a sinus thing, or like it's not a bacterial sinus infection. You know, it's still possible it could be a viral one. It could just, you know, something that caused, you know, by you know, the coldness in the air, you know, anything like that. Because I don't know how viral sinusitis like would work, because I know that's usually sometimes kind of what you develop like with a cold, or you can have like it kind of goes with your cold. I don't know, so could be that, but yeah, my throat is definitely being funny today. So I'm back from my test. It's about 10:55. Lynn told me to get in touch with her around 11 to start work for the day. The one thing I will definitely work on, whether it's COVID or not, because I will basically keep myself in here until I'm feeling better. If it's not COVID, if it is COVID, then obviously the amount of time I'm supposed to. But if I don't know what it is, I will just wait until I am better. But during that time, my room, I don't want to say it's a mess, because it's really just like, just things are places where they don't need to be. It's more that. I like how my eyes look. So I will definitely be working on that. That's for sure. Also, I know I said I didn't have the fatigue today. I don't have the fatigue as bad as I did yesterday, but I do definitely still feel sort of brain foggy. As an example of this, I drove, thankfully it was okay, but drove to and from the COVID test completely without my purse, my wallet, my ID, nothing. Didn't even notice until I was already to the testing place. So I actually just got a call from the vet from Miss Nola's appointment, and it turns out they have a doctor that is going to be out sick all week, and so she was calling to see they have a cancellation tomorrow or it would be next week. And I was like, you know what? Next week actually works great, because I said I've got something going on with me right now that I don't know what it is, so next week works great. So now she has an appointment for next Tuesday at 4, so instead of this week at Wednesday. So you have one more week. You have one more week that you don't have to go. Yeah. I always get so freaked out when there are cars that like just drive slowly past, like in the cul-de-sac. I think it's because some people aren't realizing that the sign out on that other piece of property next to us says that the land is available, not that this house is. I don't understand what they're doing. They're just like so freaky. I think my biggest thing now is just my throat. It's just, it's weird. Like, it's not normal, that's for sure. All right, everyone. Well, the results are in, and I am COVID negative. So, while that's great, that means I really don't know what's going on. I mean, I will say my throat is better. Like, I don't, at the moment, it's a little still weird, but not as much as it was this morning. And I don't know if that could be because of postnatal drip. Like, this could absolutely have just been because of the more cold weather, like, because our lows were lower than they normally are for the past, like, 2 days, or Saturday and Sunday, basically. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm very glad I'm COVID negative, but I don't really know what to think. I think I'm mostly going to keep myself isolated in here, basically, for the week, just because if it is a cold, like, I don't want to give anyone else a cold, but... So yeah. Every now and then while I'm like eating a meal or something quickly, I saved this video on YouTube that it's commercials every 2000s kids will remember. Oh, the nostalgia. But this is on like the slushy magic. If you know what I'm talking about, I want this now. Like, I want one of these now. Like, as much as I love my hot chocolate maker, but when it gets hot again, I'm not going to want to make, I want a way to make frozen hot chocolate. Like, basically do this, but with hot chocolate that's been, like, you know, cooled down, like room temperature hot chocolate. Put it in this thing, shake it up to make it frozen. Oh, I know we had this. Wow, that's a memory. I have a memory of shaking it up and just trying so hard. So I'm definitely feeling mostly back to normal because it is past 10 p.m. and I am still awake and not like absolutely collapsing. But I just finished reading the sequel to the book, All the Stars and Teeth. Is that what it's called? Sorry. But I just finished reading the sequel to it, and I definitely don't think it was as solid as the first book, especially like the last fourth of the book. I was like, don't really know, like the way they basically got to like the climax of the story. I was like, no, I don't really know if that works. Like, that was really sudden. I don't know. I'm really debating like, if I want to put the list, like the book on my list of books that I want to get or want to buy, so that way I have both of them instead of just having the first one. But like, I was like,
I literally out loud, I was like, what is going on? I was like, no, 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 no. There was a good twist at the end, though, that I was not expecting. Just like a reveal of who actually someone was, that I was like, ooh. So, like, overall, the book was good. It was just that last, like, I was like, also, the main character was just having some really, like, I understand, like, her arc of the book, and, like, it does end up how you're hoping it will end up, and, like, she makes the decision you're hoping that she's gonna make. But she just, I don't know, I had trouble buying that she was acting or, like, thinking in the way that she was, even through grief. Like, I know grief is, like, very, very strong, and I'm fortunate enough to have not experienced it yet with, like, a close family member. So I don't, you know, other than, you know, my grandmother, but that was many years ago. So, like, I don't know, but I still had trouble buying, like, how we got to know her in the first book. I had a really hard time, like, believing that she would be having this much of a struggle with this decision she has to make. Because, like, part of her main character thing is that she loves her kingdom so much and she would do anything for them. So then when she's presented with this choice, and one of the choices is very clearly selfish and not for, like, she tries to justify, like, well, but it would be, and it's like, no. So I don't know. I had trouble with that too. I was like, I feel like that needed to be stronger.
Well, I am heading to bed. I am happy to report that Aces on YouTube made it to 15,000 views today, meaning that it gained 4,000 views in one day and has officially beat out Runts and Walk a Moment. Which is insane, absolutely wild. But anyway, yeah, I'm heading to bed, so thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. All my social media is in the description. Love you all.